Welcome to this beginner's tutorial on how to use the search and favourite functionality within the Soundcloud Manager software. You can find this functionality under the search and favourite menu icon. Here we have the standard account control, where you will select your accounts to use for the action. On the right we have the standard proxy control, which can be used for scraping and verifying proxies. The search and favourite functionality allows you to search for SoundCloud tracks and then favourite them with your accounts. Favoriting other users' tracks is a good way to interact with other users on the SoundCloud site. When you interact with other users, the user typically will get a notification, and more often than not that user will come check out your profile and some of your tracks. If the user is interested in your tracks and your genre, they may end up following your account, listening and or liking your tracks. If they like them enough, they may even repost them, so the tracks appear in the stream of all that user's followers. There are various ways to search for tracks. You can enter a single search term. Usually you will enter a genre related to your account, for example, such as a popular genre for the moment. You may also search for tracks via a tag search. A tag search, if you're not aware, is a different search on the SoundCloud site. You can search by track or search by tags. We have the advanced search, which is similar to the first search but allows you to enter the optional parameters of a genre and a date the track was added. If you are searching for tracks posted within the last hour, you can be fairly certain that the user is still currently on the SoundCloud site. If they have just uploaded a track in the last hour and a user comes along, listens to that track and likes it, more than likely that user will check out the user who has listened and liked their track. So I would recommend making use of the advanced search with the date added optional parameter. If you would like to ignore tracks based on any term, you can enter your ignore terms here. Most of the time though, you will just leave this box here empty. The three checked boxes at the bottom is best just to leave them as they are. Once you have a better understanding of how the program works, their functionality will become apparent. You can select to favourite a track once. This means that if you favourite a track and then at some point in the future unfavourite that track, you will not favourite that track again. Whether you want to do this or not is up to you, but I would recommend checking this box. A recent addition to the program is the ability to play the track before favouriting. This adds a realism to your action, because if the user whose track you are favouriting, if they can see no one has listened to their track in the last 3 months, it may look a bit odd that a user is favouriting a track that no one has listened to. So I would recommend also checking this box here to play the track before favouriting. Do be aware that as the track has to be played before favouriting, this will slow down the action, as playing the track will use a bit more processing time than just a pure action. The other parameters are the maximum number of favourites you would like to perform. The search here, if performed, may return 500 tracks that could be favourited. Now if you would only like to favourite a random selection of that 500, so we will randomly favourite 50 tracks from the search results, we will enter that number here. By entering 0, you will favourite all the tracks that are returned. For this tutorial, I will be only favouriting 10 of the tracks that are returned. You may specify a pause delay, which means after favoriting a track, the program will pause. This is because you may not want to favorite 200 tracks within 30 seconds. This may flag up something at the SoundCloud end that there is some actions going on which is not feasibly possible for a real user to do. Again, I would recommend using the default delays, but you can increase or decrease as you see fit. The next two options are related: number of repeats and repeat every X hours. Repeat every X hours means that this action will be repeated every 24 hours. As specified at the moment, we will search for all tracks matching the term dubstep, select 10 tracks at random, favorite those 10 tracks pausing between 3 and 10 seconds each action, and then we will repeat the same again every 24 hours. If we also specify 4, we will only repeat for 4 days. So day 1, we will search, favorite 10, repeat a day later, search, favorite 10, repeat a day later, day 3, search, favorite 10, then on day 4, search, repeat 10, and then finish. The action will not repeat anymore. So for this tutorial, I am going to set that to 0 and select an account, and then we will do a search term on dubstep. You can see that the application reports that the action has been added to the processor successfully. We will now also do a tag search on the term dub, and we will do added in 1 hour. Now we can see that our actions have been created on the processing tab indicated by the robot here, that we have the dubstep search which has completed and has been scheduled for 24 hours. We are now processing the tag search for dub. By double clicking, we can see a real-time log, so we can see that the search has found 100 URLs, our account is logging in, and we are searching, and we are successfully favoriting tracks. And that's all there is to the search and favorite functionality. This functionality is also tied together to unfavoriting or unliking. You would simply enter the user and then specify the number of tracks to unfavorite. A similar functionality is the mass favoriting. This is where you will use your mass created accounts to favorite a single track. So if you have created 100 accounts, you can instruct those 100 accounts to favorite your track. This gives a social indicator that your track has been favorited by multiple users, and any users that stumble upon your page will see that this track is liked by multiple users and hopefully be more inclined to give it a listen. For more information on these techniques, these functionalities, please see the more in-depth tutorials on the favoriting functionality. You can find these tutorials on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/users/rootjazzvideos, or you can find more information on the forum at rootjazz.com/forum, or if you click the help menu in the application, this rather dashing life-saving device, you'll automatically go to a forum page for the tab you are on, which should list the video tutorials on that functionality. Thank you for watching this beginner's tutorial. I hope you have found it useful.